Cats are mysterious creatures. For thousands of years, they've lived alongside humans, yet they still manage to keep so many secrets hidden behind those mesmerizing eyes. Whether they're slinking through the shadows or perched silently on a windowsill, cats have an air of enigma that has fascinated people across cultures and generations. Their quiet presence, sudden bursts of energy, and unpredictable behaviors all add to their mystique, making us wonder what's really going on in their minds. One of the most intriguing things about cats is the way they communicate. Unlike dogs, who are often open and expressive, cats tend to be more subtle. They have their own ways of communicating, using a complex mix of body language, facial expressions, and, of course, their unique vocalizations. A flick of the tail, a twitch of the ear, or a slow blink can all mean something different in the feline world. Sometimes it feels like they're speaking in riddles, leaving us to guess what they're really trying to say. And while they might not speak our language, they certainly have a lot to say. Every cat owner knows that a meow isn't just a random sound, it's a message. Some cats are chatty, filling the house with a chorus of meows, trills, and chirps, while others are more reserved, saving their voices for special occasions. But no matter how vocal your cat is, each sound they make is a clue to what they're feeling or what they want. One of their main ways of talking to us is through meowing. This simple sound can carry a world of meaning, from a cheerful greeting to a demand for dinner or even a plea for attention. Some meows are soft and sweet, while others are loud and insistent. If you listen closely, you'll start to notice the subtle differences in pitch, length, and volume that can help you decode your cat's message. You see, meowing isn't something cats do with each other. It's specifically for us. In the wild, adult cats rarely meow to one another. Instead, they rely on body language and scent to communicate. But when it comes to humans, cats have developed a special language just for us. It's almost as if they've learned how to talk human, using their voices to get our attention and express their needs. Kittens meow to their mothers, but grown-up cats reserve those meows just for their humans. When they're young, meowing is a way for kittens to let their mothers know they're hungry, cold, or in need of comfort. As they grow older, most cats stop meowing to other cats, but they keep using this vocal tool with us. It's a sign of the special bond we share, a unique form of communication that bridges the gap between our two species. So, when your feline friend lets out a meow, they're trying to tell you something important. Maybe they're hungry, maybe they want to play, or maybe they just want to be near you. Sometimes a meow can even be a sign that something's wrong, like if your cat isn't feeling well or is stressed. Paying attention to the context and the tone of your cat's meows can help you figure out what they're trying to communicate. It's up to us, as their loving companions, to learn how to listen. This means not just hearing the sound, but also observing their body language, their eyes, and the situation around them. Are they pacing by the food bowl? Are they sitting by the door, hoping to go outside? Or are they simply seeking a little extra affection? The more you pay attention, the better you'll become at understanding your cat's unique language. Understanding your cat's meows is like cracking a secret code. Each cat has its own set of sounds and signals, and over time, you'll start to recognize what each one means. Some cats have a special meow just for greeting you when you come home, while others have a distinct sound for when they want to play or need help. It's a fascinating process of discovery, and it can deepen the connection you share with your pet. It helps you build a stronger bond and provide the best care for your furry friend. When you respond to your cat's meows with understanding and kindness, you show them that you're listening and that you care. This trust and communication can make your cat feel safe, loved, and truly at home. It's a two-way street. Just as your cat learns to trust you, you learn to trust your instincts about what they need. After all, a happy cat is a cat that feels heard. When you take the time to listen and respond to your cat's unique voice, you're not just solving the mystery of meows. You're building a lifelong friendship filled with trust, understanding, and love. Just like our voices, a cat's meow can have different tones and pitches. These subtle changes can make all the difference in figuring out their mood and message. A high-pitched meow often indicates excitement or a playful mood. Think of it like your cat saying, "Let's play." On the other hand, a low-pitched meow usually signals something less cheerful. Your cat might be hungry, upset, or even in pain. It's their way of saying, "Hey, something's not right." Pay close attention to the tone of your cat's meows. It's the first clue in deciphering their feline language. Have you ever noticed how many times your cat meows in a row? It might seem like just a random series of sounds, but in reality there's a fascinating pattern behind it. Cats are incredibly expressive creatures, and their vocalizations are one of the main ways they communicate with us. Each meow, and more importantly, the number of meows, can actually tell you a lot about what your feline friend is thinking or feeling at that moment. So the next time your cat starts meowing, pay close attention, not just to the sound, but to how many times they do it in a row. The number of meows can give you more clues about what they're trying to communicate. Cats have developed a unique way of using repetition to get their point across, especially when they want to make sure you're listening. For example, a single meow might be easy to ignore, but a string of meows is much harder to miss. This is your cat's way of making sure their message is heard loud and clear. Over time, you might even notice patterns. Maybe your cat always meows twice when they want food, or 3 times when they want to go outside. A single meow is often a simple greeting or a gentle request. It's like your cat's way of saying, "Hey, I see you," or just checking in. This kind of meow is usually soft, short, and not very demanding. It's their way of acknowledging your presence or letting you know they're nearby. Sometimes it's just a polite way to ask for a little attention, a quick pet, or maybe even a treat. It's your cat's way of saying hello or, "Excuse me, I'd like some attention." You might notice this when you walk in the door after a long day, or when your cat finds you in another room. This gentle meow, often paired with a rub against your leg or a soft purr, is a sign of affection and trust. It's their way of connecting with you, letting you know that you're an important part of their world. Multiple meows in a row usually mean something more urgent. When your cat starts meowing over and over, especially in quick succession, it's a clear sign that they really want your attention. This could be because they're hungry, bored, or maybe they've spotted something interesting outside. The repetition is their way of saying, "Hey, this is important, please listen to me." It's a step up from the casual greeting and usually means they need you to do something for them right away. Your cat might be hungry, need to go outside, or want you to play with them. Each scenario might come with its own unique pattern of meows. For example, a cat who's hungry might meow persistently near their food bowl, while a cat who wants to go outside might meow at the door and even paw at it. If your cat brings you a toy and starts meowing, it's a clear invitation to play. By paying attention to the context and the number of meows, you can start to decode exactly what your cat is asking for. The more meows, the more insistent they're being. If your cat is meowing loudly and repeatedly, it's their way of turning up the volume on their request. This kind of vocalization is hard to ignore and usually means your cat feels their need is urgent. Maybe their food bowl is empty, or they're desperate to get your attention for some other reason. The intensity and frequency of the meows can help you gauge just how important the request is to your cat. Listen to the rhythm and repetition of those meows. Sometimes cats will meow in a very deliberate pattern, almost like they're trying to have a conversation with you. The pauses between meows, the pitch, and the speed can all give you extra clues about what they're feeling. A slow rhythmic meow might mean they're calm but persistent, while rapid-fire meows could signal excitement or impatience. By tuning into these subtle differences, you can become much more attuned to your cat's unique language. It's their way of emphasizing their needs and desires. Every cat is different, and over time, you'll start to recognize your own cat's special patterns and what they mean. By paying attention to the number and rhythm of their meows, you can build a stronger bond and respond more effectively to their needs. So next time your cat starts up a chorus of meows, remember, they're not just making noise, they're talking to you in their own unique way. Where your cat is when they meow is just as important as the meow itself. Context is key in understanding your feline friend. For instance, if your cat is meowing insistently by their food bowl, it's a safe bet they're hungry. And if they're meowing at the door, they probably want to go outside and explore. During playtime, meows can be a sign of excitement and engagement. They might be enjoying the game and encouraging you to keep playing. By paying attention to both the meow and the location, you'll become a pro at decoding your cat's messages. Meows are just one piece of the communication puzzle. While we often think of a cat's meow as their main way of talking to us, it's actually just the tip of the iceberg. Cats have developed a rich and complex language that goes far beyond vocal sounds. In fact, Much of what they say is silent, expressed through subtle movements, postures, and gestures that can easily go unnoticed if you're not paying close attention. Cats are true masters of body language, and every part of their body can tell you something about how they're feeling. Their postures, tail movements, and ear positions are like words and sentences in a language all their own. By learning to interpret these signals, you can gain a much deeper understanding of your cat's emotions, intentions, and even their health. For example, a cat's tail is like a mood barometer, and their ears act as tiny radar dishes, constantly swiveling to pick up sounds and express feelings. A happy and relaxed cat will often have a straight or slightly curved tail, and their ears will be upright and facing forward. Their body will look loose and comfortable, not tense or hunched. You might notice them lounging in a sunbeam, stretching out with their paws extended, or rolling onto their back to show their belly, a sign that they feel safe and secure in their environment. Another sign of contentment is the slow blink. If your cat looks at you and slowly closes and opens their eyes, it's like a kitty kiss, a gesture of trust and affection. Cats use slow blinking to communicate that they feel calm and unthreatened, and you can even try slow blinking back to let your cat know you feel the same way. When a cat nuzzles or headbutts you, or rubs their body against your legs, they're not just being cute, they're marking you as part of their family. This behavior releases pheromones from glands on their head and cheeks, creating a sense of comfort and belonging. It's their way of saying, "You're mine, and I trust you." On the other hand, a scared or angry cat will likely have their tail puffed up like a bottle brush, and their body may arch in a defensive posture. This is a classic sign that your cat feels threatened or is trying to make themselves look bigger to ward off danger. You might also see their fur standing on end, especially along their back and tail. Their ears will flatten tightly against their head, and their pupils may become wide and dilated. These are clear signals that your cat is frightened, stressed, or possibly preparing to defend themselves. In this state, their body will be low to the ground, ready to either flee or fight if necessary. When you see these signs, it's best to give your cat some space and let them calm down on their own terms. Forcing interaction or trying to comfort them physically can sometimes make things worse. Instead, allow them to retreat to a safe spot like under a bed or in a quiet corner, until they feel secure enough to come out again. By learning to read your cat's entire body language, you'll be able to respond to their needs more effectively. Watch for subtle cues, like the twitch of a tail, the direction of their ears, or the way they move around the room. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns and understand what your cat is trying to tell you, even when they're completely silent. Building this kind of understanding creates a stronger bond between you and your cat. It helps you provide a happier, healthier environment for them, and ensures that you are meeting their emotional and physical needs. The more you pay attention to your cat's body language, the more rewarding your relationship will become for both of you. In our age of technology, it's no surprise that there are even apps claiming to translate cat meows. These apps use artificial intelligence to analyze the sounds of your cat's meows and provide possible interpretations. While these apps can be fun to try, it's important to remember that they shouldn't replace your own observation and intuition. Cat communication is complex and technology is still catching up. The best way to understand your cat is to spend time with them, pay attention to their cues, and build that special bond that only comes from close interaction. Learning to understand your cat's meows and body language might seem daunting at first, but don't worry. Anyone can become fluent in cat with a little practice and patience. Start by paying closer attention to your cat's meows. What do they sound like? How often do they meow? Where are they when they meow? As you observe your cat more closely, you'll start to notice patterns and understand their unique ways of communicating. It's like learning a new language, one meow at a time. Remember, the more you listen to your cat, the stronger your bond will become, and that's something worth meowing about.